Please subscribe, like, and share. It really helps us out. And of course, if you have any questions, comment below, and we will answer you as soon as we can. Hi, and welcome to another video in our series on IGCSE Economics. This is Unit 4, Part 2. In today's lesson we will be learning about organization of production. If you haven't seen our previous videos, click on the card above. Our learning objectives for today are: describe what determines the demand for factors of production. Distinguish between labor-intensive and capital-intensive production. Define productivity. Recognize the difference between production and productivity. Describe the principle of profit maximization as a goal and recognize that business organizations may have different goals.
Let's first think, what is production? Why do we produce things? Goods and services are produced to satisfy consumers' needs and wants. The production of goods and services is organized by entrepreneurs and firms. A firm combines land, labor and capital, which are called inputs, to make goods and services. These are called outputs.
Through the production process we are doing something called adding value. Production adds value to resources by turning them into goods and services consumers want and are able to buy. How do we calculate the value added? It is the difference between the market price paid for a product by a consumer and the cost of the natural and man-made materials, components and resources used to make it.
That brings us to chains of production. As businesses tend to specialize in a particular type of activity, a product will go through a chain of production to reach the final consumer. Each business involved will add value. Examples are shown here by the food production chain, bringing food to you, or the petroleum production chain, from extraction through to retail to you.
What are the aims of production? Most private sector firms aim to maximize profit. Profit is a surplus of revenue over costs. It is reward for enterprise and risk-taking. Without it, people would not start up and own business organizations. But, do businesses only want to make a profit? What other types of objectives might a business have?
What objectives might these businesses have other than profit maximization? Examples of other business objectives are survival, increasing market share, increasing brand loyalty, improving customer satisfaction, environmental objectives, ethical objectives, innovation, and finally growth.
Let's look at efficiency, productivity, and competitiveness, defining each of these terms. Production is the total amount made by a business in a given time period. But, efficiency is about making the best possible use of resources. Efficient firms maximize outputs from given inputs. Productivity measures how much each employee, or other input, makes over a period of time. By improving efficiency and productivity, a business can reduce its costs and improve its competitiveness.
What are the factors affecting labor productivity? Skill of workers, motivation of workers, availability of equipment, production method, quality of management. One question to think about is, what could a business do to improve these factors in order to improve labor productivity? What is the importance of productivity? Well, for the same amount of inputs and the same costs, you can get more output, which equals lower average cost per unit.
Now let's talk about the division of labor. Increased labor productivity over time has been the result of the division of labor. Each worker specializes in one particular task or operation in a production process. The division of labor has the following advantages. It makes best use of an employee's abilities. It reduces time spent by employees changing tasks. It allows greater use of machinery. It increases output. It has the following disadvantages. Carrying out the same task again and again may become boring. Workers may lack pride in their work because they do not see the final result of their efforts. Products become too standardized through mass production.
We need to talk about capital-intensive versus labor-intensive industries. What will determine whether a firm uses labor or capital-intensive production? The list includes the nature of the task, mass market versus differentiation strategy, how much output consumers demand, the cost of labor relative to the cost of employing capital, the productivity of labor relative to capital. What might make a business decide to substitute workers for machinery? This is called factor substitution. Factor substitution is the substitution of capital for labor in production processes as innovation, availability of new technologies, reduced capital costs, falling prices of capital, increasing labor costs, increasing wage rates, making labor relatively expensive compared to capital. One of the final questions to think about is, will all jobs be done by robots one day?
Thank you for watching our video. Please like, subscribe and share. And comment below so we can clarify things for you.